What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
The day it doesn't is the day you lost your soul.
Check it.
Stepped off the ledge into the abyss.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You are feeling sleepy. Under deep hypnosis, I'm the composer, master of the opus. Mind on cruise control, lost all focus. Puppet masters love pulling strings. Herding the sheeple by selling dreams. You have to be asleep to live the American theme. They create the problem, then deliver the solution. Profit of both ends, all we fought for the illusion. The government are all one, but promote to divide. Walk right into the trap cause most people are blind. They can't see the plan has conquered the mind. While we sit here and argue, we can't get back time. History stays relevant, destroying our future. Self-destruction has become part of the culture, while the rich feed off the dead like vultures. No more hibernation, awoke to sleep the giant. Put a ripple through the system, awakening the vibrant. I'm the alkaline of water, Poseidon with the trident. Bitch.
Our bodies are given life from the midst of nothingness. Existing where there is nothing is the meaning of the phrase, form is emptiness. That all things are provided for by nothingness is the meaning of the phrase, emptiness is form. One should not think that these are two separate things.
Can I be yours?
Now. All right. I figured, what's wrong with a couple more hours? And what got me into doing a couple more hours was a video I seen and what I've been looking into. Plus, I didn't want to stop going live, but I was hungry. So, shit happens. Here it is. The Book of Jubilee. We ain't going to talk about this for long, but I do want to go over it real quick. Cain and Abel. Or is it Cain and Fable? Which one is it? I'm not a Bible thumper, but it says, and in the 3rd week, in the 2nd Jubilee, she gave birth to Cain, and in the 4th, she gave birth to Abel, and in the 5th, she gave birth to her daughter, Awan, or Awan. Yeah, that's new to me. Now, I know this is the Jewish version, but they always seem to find a way to scrub out the women. I saved the video too to show. He says there's 2 daughters, but I only see 1 here. If anyone has any information on this daughter. And in the 1st year of the 3rd Jubilee, whatever that is, Cain slew Abel because Yahweh accepted the sacrifice of Abel. That's crazy. Yahweh loves these sacrifices, huh? And did not accept the offering of Cain. I thought Yahweh didn't accept the sacrifice of Abel. He slew him in the field, and his blood cried from the ground to heaven. Yahweh reproved Cain, blah, 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 blah. All right. That would be cool. Is it in Spanish, the old Bible, Anto? I can't read Spanish, but I could take my time and translate it. If 1569, holy shit, dude. It must be hard to turn the pages without them crumbling. Man. Peace, Alchemos 83. Yeah, I have Telegram. I'm not even into, like, there's so many books to the Bible. It's like, it starts to get ridiculous. You know, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but my whole life, I never felt I was even, I never felt connected to any of these books, and I never felt like I needed them to connect with my higher self or the higher power, the source. I never felt like, I always felt like these books, these preachers were something wasn't right with them. I had that feeling my whole life. And maybe they tell you that's Satan for a reason, trying to trick you, because that's your inner self trying to tell you it's bullshit. But I can find something in every religion. that you can use in life. Apply to life, or that is true. It don't matter. I found even in the Satanic Bible, there's quotes in there that Christian, Catholic, 5% Nation, Muslim, Islam, you name it, I'll find something. Buddha, the Gnostics, you know, someone had once told me maybe they're all right in their own way. Could be a possibility. Danny Archive, peace. Oh, you guys, that's the same person? Alright. Yeah, I just sent something back. I usually don't put my Telegram out there because I did that in my description. And I started getting all these people like from China and all this shit, and I'm like, damn, I want something private. I don't, you know, Instagram's all right, but I'm not on it like that. Facebook, I can't stand, but I still have a Facebook. BitChute and all that. I have a BitChute. I have believe it or not, the closest to YouTube that I like is Odyssey. But Odyssey doesn't have funniest video, man. This guy heading this dude up, and he told the woman that worked there, it was some place, and the guy told the woman he had a knife in his pocket. So the woman, acting like the police, was searching him, and she goes, "What's this thing? Is this your knife?" He goes, "No, that's my penis." She goes, "Oh, because it's hard." He goes, "Yeah, I'm hard." That's crazy. Like, she was just like grabbing his penis like it was she's all like squeezing it like, "Is this a knife?" Like, damn, I've had cops do that to me, male cops. And I'm like, "Yo, bro, what the fucking homo? What you doing?" Cops be all up in your shit sometimes. It's like, damn, bro. I hate that shit. Who's oh. There was some artist name, I think it was Danny, or no. I know his initials was D. Danny. He's an artist, man. Oh, I forgot. I have a lot of his artwork. His artwork's fucking amazing. It's so amazing, I'm gonna pull a picture up of it. See, this is my town seal I was telling everyone about. The city seal. It has the beehive with the 7 bees, which would be the 7 stars. And yeah, that's interesting. Let me show you right now a piece of this guy's artwork. Where is it? Come on. Oh my god, where is this dude's artwork? Wow, this is crazy. Anyway, check this bridge out. This, remember I told I was doing the beehive and I said the city I live in has like, this is the bridge they spent $1 million on. I mean, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? $1 million on the Beehive Bridge. Yeah, this is it. Lights now shining on the Beehive Bridge. Yeah, $1 million. Like, cats got played. Like that. That shit cost 1,000,000 pennies. They didn't do anything to it except put a new sidewalk, which don't cost a lot, and that. Duh. For $1 million, they should have been. There's a bridge like right next to this one to the left. You could see in the back there all them lights in the upper left corner. That's another bridge. Then about a quarter of a mile down is another bridge, and then to the left, I mean to the right, there's another bridge. They should have done them all. Why are you gonna do one bridge? Like these fucking people. Anything to steal tax money, huh? If anyone knows any information on the Book of Jubilee, let me know. But until then, I want to get in. Someone's got to know about them daughters. Maybe I should go on my laptop so I could zoom in on these pictures. Artesia cometus or artois. Amsterdami. Alright. What's up, Mindful Exposures? That kind of looks like Baphomet with the horns. I bet you could line up that statue with that ugly face. So you've got the light bearers on each side. Nobody finds pictures like me. Not many people are probably going to come. I know that. Fugarum. Queen. Familia. Yeah, I agree, and so it's I downloaded them because I'm going to. I think most of it's Latin. I'm gonna what you call it I'm gonna look it up and translate it to English. Oh, look at those knockers. She got some knockers. I like the artwork. It's so supreme. Whoever did this artwork, I mean, back in the days, that's what they had to communicate. I tried to get Dean to come, but I think he's probably busy. Even Atlas. Oh no, that's not Atlas. So the guy with the pitchfork must be, he's in blue. It's probably Poseidon. What is Poseidon has the trident or the bident? I think he has a bident. No, he has a trident. I figured I'll just go live for a little bit, see who comes through. If not many come through, I won't be live too long. Cause I sure as hell ain't gonna sit up here and ramble. I went live again to see if there's people that, you know, work or yeah, I sent Dean a invitation, but we'll see what happens. See, my question is, when it comes to this arch with the Masonic arch, I showed this a few live streams ago, but you could see the one in the center is closed and the eye is inside. Now the other one is open and the eye is above it. What the fuck's up with that? Oh, excuse me. It's odd to me. Aphrodite, Rose, Starfire, peace. I've been trying to is that tympanum? Tympanum is the inner part of the arch. Then yeah, Jachin and Boaz, Joachim and Boaz, yeah. Yeah, but Joachim and Boaz to the one in right, the arch is no longer connected. I forgot the sign with the 6 and 9, but that's usually in the center part there, and it's been disintegrated. Peace,
Hey,
mindful.
Charles.
How you doing?
I wanted to say hey, but I also don't want to take over your show, so I'm not here to hog the mic. Sorry, sometimes I do feel like I've done that. So just,
Oh, it's open
I'm doing
topic.
well. How are you? Sorry, go ahead.
I said you're not taking over. It's just, it's open topic.
No,
really.
I know. I'm saying in the past.
Oh,
'Cause I'm kind of joking. It's all good. But I just definitely wanted to come on and say hey for a bit. How's it going? What's new?
pretty good. Not much.
Anything exciting on your own horizon?
No.
It's all good.
not yet.
Yeah, right. That's where I'm at. I'm in a little bit of limbo, but it's all gonna work out.
I wanted the year to start off good, and you know, so far it started off rocky, but I'll smooth it out.
That's good, right? Mine's just been
Well,
kind of like pitter pattering, and so that's sort of I'm sort of losing my patience a little bit, but you can't ever rush it, right? You got to live in the present.
I'm losing my patience with this whole system. That's a nice picture.
Thank you.
Corpuscular rays.
It's one of my favorite places in Oregon. I took that.
That picture alone debunks the globe. Level water, as far as the eye can see, damn near. That's well over. What is it? What do they say? 8 inches per mile square, which is poopy. And the corpuscular rays.
I don't know. I just know it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I have my own theories. I feel that we have pockets and portions of land. So like maybe yeah we can see X amount of distance on this section here, but if I was to move into a different area, it's almost like if you want to look at it like you go through a portal or a different dimension and you're sort of in a different quadrant. And this is how I've been really feeling about time not actually really being linear anymore. Like, I mean, not saying that there isn't some linear aspect to it, but just that we actually, especially in the life path and the different if there's any truth to like quote unquote past lives, that it's actually, and Bex has said this before about like, potentially living in the future, even, or living in the past, like you sort of flip around. And the show Lost, after I watched that show, at the end of it, how they really well explain sort of what I just said too, like almost like pockets of land, and that's how like islands can just completely disappear. More or less that. So sorry, I'm not trying to like get to a finale with this, but just that so that would help explain sort of like this whole tetrahedral idea. And for me, I always kind of joke the flying rainbow lasagne. And if you ever wanted me to show you that, I could, because they just kind of break it down, and it's heavily connected to the toroidal
Yeah, I would love
concept.
that.
Okay, I can pull it up. Wait, I can send you a link. Are you on your laptop?
No, I'm on my phone.
Because I'd have to switch over. Which I can do. Hold on.
Peace, shadow, and light, and peace to shadow and light, and forever love 774.
Hey guys. Sorry, I was gonna pop in the chat and say hi to Forever Love, but I'm gonna say it verbally and Shadow and Light verbally.
I say.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna dip out really quick, but I'll be right back because I have to switch over to Chrome. I just can't have this cool
Okay.
picture, but that's okay. I'll be right back.
All right. So yeah, I want to figure out. I should have went on my laptop so I could zoom into these pictures. I mean, the artwork's amazing. People ask me, where do I get these pictures? You just gotta search. You look at images, and like I've told people, it took me a good year and a half to figure out. People are gonna laugh, but under the picture there's a link that you could press. It'll take you to the website where that picture's from, and then you'll find more stuff. I didn't know that. That's how slow I am sometimes. But I need a good explanation for this and why that firmament's broken. Why is the eye above? I mean, the other ones, they're inside. I mean, screw that then, you know? There's a reason why it's broke. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to look into that deeper. It could be when all free energy, that could be a sign of them breaking the, you know, the infinite energy. They cut that circuit. I don't know. It could be when they said the windows to heaven opened up and the water came in. Even though I think the water came from the abyss. About to blaze up some of that Buddha funk. As a matter of fact, I gotta put my new logo in the corner. I just uploaded this new logo. It's for all my hemp smokers. Which one do you like better? This one? Or do you like this bud spinning? I'll leave that bud spinning for now. Who likes my spinning bud in the corner?
I love it. I just need to make it so it doesn't have a black background for you. I don't know. Yeah, no, I think I can do that. Okay, I'm still pulling it up. Sorry, because her page changed and it unsubbed me from her channel.
That's crazy.
And her channel then changed the look of it. So I'm hoping that she didn't get rid of it. And now I'm wondering if she did.
Orphan Annie.
She's got a lot of episodes though where she like really gets into explaining the whole idea and the concept, how she even got to it. And this is just like, again, very heavily connected to really the whole toroidal idea. So, and to me, with everything that in my background, how I kind of came into this, because just kind of an FYI, like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. So I've just never addressed myself as a flat earther because I just didn't. I felt like it's a lot more complicated than that. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I elevated past it though. Like I realized one day.
Oh, I know you do. Yeah.
I said, we're sitting here arguing, just like Republican Democrat or Christian Muslim. It's the same package.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not even going to label myself a flat earther because there's some questions I have on that model that don't add up. And one person made a very good point. They said, how about the 24-hour sunlight in Antarctica? But see, I've never been to Antarctica. Now, the 24-hour light in Alaska, I can prove that. Because even, what's his name is in Alaska? I'm forgetting people's names.
Sorry, I got because I'm still looking for it, but I did pull up a video since you're talking the Buddha.
I forgot
I
his
have
name.
my flavor is, what is this? I think it's hella jelly.
Anti-marijuana is literally anti-Christ. What?
Here we go. I think I found it. I don't know what she's gonna say in this, but I just saw it. This is the person. I'll show you her
Taken to you
other
from my
video here in a
studio
second.
today. Behind me, you can see the rotating flying rainbow lasagna. My topic today is Christ, Antichrist, and marijuana. So the word Christ comes from the word Messiah, anointed one. This goes back to the book of Exodus in the Torah, the original Bible, where the recipe for the anointing oil that Jehovah, a voice from the sky, commanded the Israelites to
Sky
create
daddies.
for their holy anointing oil that was supposed to anoint the most special person in their tribe and also the most special implements, anything that went into the tabernacle that housed the Ark of the Covenant. So you can look this up in the Bible. The recipe involves taking a pound of olive oil, a pound of the flowering tops of the canna bosom plant, and a selection of spices.
Did she
such
say
as
the bosom
cassia
plant?
and myrrh. So basically, this is
I think so. What, Aphrodite? What do you mean by Walken? Like a Christopher Walken?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself.
And yes, her name is Aurora. Sorry. Yes, I kind of forgot that and should have mentioned that.
at the heart of Judeo-Christian culture. That it was one of the three magical substances or implements that was given by Jehovah to the Israelites when they wandered, one of which was manna from heaven, one of which was the flowering staff of Aaron. That's the one that Moses used to hit a rock instead of nearly touching it in order for water to come forth. And the third was a never-ending supply of this holy anointing oil. So now we go forward to the time of Jesus, where the oil that made Jesus Christ with which he was anointed, is filled with these flowering tops of the canna bosom plant. So there's a linguist named Sula Binet who traced back through the various translations and mistranslations, the King James Version in English to the Greek, to the Aramaic, to the original Torah, and found that although canna bosom is often translated as sweet flag, which interestingly enough, Acorus calamus or sweet flag does contain LSA, which is a precursor to LSD, and has been used in religious meetings by Quakers. However, sweet flag or sweet reed is a mistranslation where it actually is cannabis, and cannabis was used around the time of Jesus in the year 2000, in the year 2,000 years ago, by the Therapeutae in Alexandria, Egypt. So the Therapeutae were a sect of ascetics who used herbs and energy in order to heal people. So the marijuana plant was around at that time in history, and there is a cultural precedent for its usage. And so now I'm going to tie it all together for you, that basically Christ means anointed one, and what Christ is anointed with is a potent cannabis-laden oil where the psychoactive ingredients would certainly soak in through the skin of the entire body, producing a psychedelic experience of divine union. And that literally any persecution of the use of marijuana or the users of marijuana is literally anti-Christ. I will reiterate that the word Christ comes from being anointed with loads and loads of cannabis oil, and that any policy or societal prohibition against marijuana is literally anti-Christ. So I hope that I will leave that with you so that you may digest and think about it for a little while longer. Until that time, hope you will return for more teachings from the Flying Rainbow Lasagna.
Interesting.
The Second American Civil
Ah! You can see where they think my mind is. I yell at it sometimes, like, because sometimes they'll put Trump up and I'll be like, I am not a Trump supporter. Please change the ads. Probably doesn't help that I'm slightly yelling, because then they're like, yeah, we got you. We got you in your game. Break it down.
Thank God I'm not tripping. Sacred geometry.
Was that fun, everybody? Was that fun? We could watch it again, actually. I did just close it out, but Elkie, that was Flying
Yeah.
Lasagna.
Yeah, I started writing a rhyme to it, and then
I'm gonna
I
put it for you in the
lost
Oh, we're right. Well, now for that
the
exact
second
reason,
part.
folks. Hold on. It's coming back. It's coming back, man. Don't lose hope yet.
I can't remember the second part of what I said.
It's gonna
I
come
hate
back.
when that happens. It's because I
You
smoked
hear it?
some herb, that's why. I got like super stoned, and now my mind is everywhere.
I know how sometimes that can be, but the funny thing for me is I actually have ADHD, so for me it actually helps bring me back in. Plus I do, and I don't know how anybody else feels about this, but I only smoke sativa now, and I'm actually even really particular about which kind I have. Because some of them have actually a little bit of an indica base to them, so even when they're considered straight sativa. And I found that if I smoke any kind of hybrid or indica, it sort of like activates that little bit of paranoia feel, which probably has something to do more with like the heart rate at that point. But I just noticed for me, I can like I have energy, I can act normal, like it physically you can't tell. I used to be able to, see patients from,
What
8 to
what is
5.
ADHD? Because they said
Hyper
I had that too, and
hyperactivity, it's like ADD, like where you have it's like hypertension deficit disorder.
I
And
think.
you're like can't sit still. And I think there's a lot more to it.
Are you a fire sign?
Uh my sign's kind of funny. So I don't know if you've ever done your Vedic, but you should if you haven't, because that helped explain more who I am. But I'm actually a Aries, Taurus, Leo. So my birthday's coming up, April 24th.
What is it?
It's April 24th, so 424. So this is kind of crazy. So through that,
I'm April 19th.
I thought you were close to me, which totally
Yeah.
makes sense now, like because of your vibe. And generally, I tend to get along really well with other Aries or Tauruses, but I'm actually more of an Aries, even though I'm quite a bit over the cusp. So my sun sign is Aries, so that's usually like whatever month you were, or whatever you've already been set with. So if you're an Aries, your sun sign is probably that already, but mine is a little weird. And then my moon sign is Taurus, so I'm air, earth, and then my rising sign is Leo. Right? Did I get that right? Is Aries wait, is Aries fire? Shit, did I just mess that
Yeah.
up? People are probably like, that's
Yeah.
right.
Aries
That's
is
right.
a fire sign.
I'm sorry. So what's Leo? Leo's fire, right? So it's like
I
fire,
think
earth,
so.
fire.
Leo, yeah, because Leo's where the sun is, so I think it is. I could look it up. Let me see.
Anto said schizoaffective plus Aspergian is that yours? Because I actually think that my ADHD is because people have also talked to me about like being on the spectrum possibly, and I've said like if I am, it's like more of that Asperger's.
Aries,
But
Leo, and Sagittarius are the sparky firecrackers of the zodiac.
nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So my birth date, if you also haven't done your numerology, is it makes
19 sucks. That guy who does numerology said that the people on the 19th have bad health and this and that because he never mentioned the 19th, and I'm like,
That's
dude,
not
why
it.
isn't he mentioning it?
Dude, Charles, that's not your number. That's not your number. It's actually an accumulation of your total birthday. What year were you born?
1931.
Sorry, you don't have to. 31 for real.
No, 1981. I was born in 81.
Oh, you are a little older than me. By the way, I'm 85. So,
No way.
okay, so 419. So you really there's a couple of different ways to do this, and actually the 19 number is the one that's mainly used. I might actually do this with the calculator just to make
Peace,
sure.
Naga. What's good?
What he says 1122. I'm a 33, so that's my life path number. Is that your Naga? Is that yours? Or no? Is that your birthday? Anyway, okay.
Yeah, April 19th, 1981.
No, sorry, not you. I was asking Naga. Okay, so
Did you turn your screen off, mindful exposures? Because
but
it's still back there. I could put it up if you're still sharing.
Yeah, let me do your numerology real quick. Let's play it one more time, see if the music comes back to you. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. I just ran down the stairs as fast as I could because I was like, crap, I think I have like 30 seconds. So Charles, wait, I'm going to pull this up 1 second. Charles is a life path number 6, which is what I thought, but I went in and double checked. Anyway, so do you see that, Charles? And
Peace, Naga. Yeah.
Salute, much love to the chat in the panel.
Hey, Nick, Naga, sorry.
Hi, much
Life
love.
path number 6.
Do you want to read it for a second? And I'm going to look up Naga's. Otherwise, I can read it too. Let me pull it up. So
Let me see if I can see it. Hold on.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Says people born with a life path 6 embrace their emotions and lead with their heart. They give off a warm and inviting energy that others want to be around. They enjoy many rich relationships throughout their life, both romantic and friendly. Whether these life path people encounter someone who is just like them or someone who is entirely different. They will treat them the same, with kindness, respect, and support. Some life path numbers only see black and white, but the life path number 6 can see and accept the infinite shades of gray between. With a natural ability to connect with others and offer aid and advice, 6 people do well as professional counselors, mentors, and teachers. These people are also natural humanitarians, eager to speak up, raise funds, and offer emotional support and protection for those that need it. This life path truly embraces the meaning of a candle loses nothing. Hold on. Embraces the meaning of, quote, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle, end quote. They have an infinite well of love to give, and they know the world could use it. What the hell? I never heard of that. They have an infinite well of love to give. Well of love? That's the
Yeah.
first time I've heard of that.
Yeah, like a bottomless well. That, you know, like the what do they call that well? The well, I guess it's the wishing well. I thought there was like another one. I don't know. I feel like the fountain of youth is sometimes attributed to a well. Like a
was
wealth of
that?
a wealth of knowledge. It's kind of, isn't that associated wording wise? There's a connection maybe with
Hopefully it's
wealth.
not that well in that movie with the TV. Remember that well that chick came out of the
No,
long
not
hair?
the grunge. Yeah, no, we're not
Huh?
talking about the grunge. Yep, nightmares. No, I do like to reenact that. I can kind of do. I used to do like that creepy, like.
Those movies are scary.
I know.
The first scary movie I've ever seen in my life was Freddy Krueger, and it scared the hell out of me.
Okay, and Naga, do you want me to put yours up?
Oh, that was mine?
Oh, I can do astrology too. You want me to do Vedic? That's going to
Yeah, I
take a
thought
little
you
more
was doing.
information.
I thought you was
That
doing
was
astrology because I found out, through the numerology, I was a number. I was
it's Hollywood.
number 10, which equal to number 1. And I kind of read about it, but I thought you was doing astrology.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So I can definitely do that, but when I do the Vedic, I need the place, the city you were born in, and the like roughly like the zip code and the time of birth as well.
Oh man, it has
Which
to
is a
be
lot of
exact.
information to trust me with. Now, what I can tell you is I currently hold a
You have an
license.
email?
Yes.
Because
And I can put
I
that
could
in the chat.
email you that information. I have to look at my
Definitely.
birth certificate, and I gotta
Well,
dig it out.
and just to maybe give you guys like some comfortability with giving me this information. So I'm still registered and licensed sleep tech in the nation and in the state. So if I have to go through background checks to hold that, it's like a yearly, check. So I just letting you know that, if that makes you feel.
Oh, my background check?
No, I'm talking about like me with trusting me with that kind of information, right? Like that's a lot to give somebody. That's all I'm saying. But I'm
Oh,
just saying you can trust me. I know you don't know me that well, but we have talked several times.
what, with my
You can
address
also look
and
me
when I
up.
was born?
And you can also
Why,
look me up.
you think people can get your day you were born and the time, and they could curse you and do all this stuff? Someone told me that that's possible.
But I would never do that. And the reason I've worked in healthcare my whole life is because naturally I'm a caregiver. I'm an empath. I'm not here to do
I gotta learn
that.
how to block stuff like that.
Some of that is actually just on a regular basis starting to say certain things out loud differently. Stop saying the words like I can't. Start saying the words I can, because that's a physical block. right? Like when you do that. And so then when you're allowing that more free flowing, then yourself can push away some of those feelings. But I was saying today, like, I was in Bex's for a little bit, and Snafu was giving me a little bit of like heightened energy. I could feel it because he's, and no offense, like I'm not trying to, this is not what this is about. He was just like heightened. He's very heightened when he talks. And so I was telling everybody, I'm like, just do some deep breathing that helps sort of like deflect a lot of that. Cause that is really just getting your own energy under control and recentering it. And also resetting your vagus nerve has a lot to do with that too. Anyway, so, anyway, there's other things we can talk about with that, but I can go down the astrology route.
So I was a life path 6.
Yes.
Some lady told me my numbers were 6 or 9, the reflection of 6. And it's just crazy because I live in apartment 6.
And it's like when I total up your birthday, right? I end up with 42, but you have to break that down. Like that's the whole thing about numerology. Now, the only other thing I was going to say to Naga is that what I'm a little like hesitant about is that I feel like there's a chance that your number is 22, because it actually is the number one thing it's supposed to be based off is your date, not necessarily the years. You are supposed to add it all up, but then if there's sort of like, so it gets a little confusing, because then that's why I had to add all years up though, because a 1 and a 9 would make you a 0. So that doesn't, you know, that's why I had to add your whole birthday up.
You know, it's crazy. My mother was almost an Aries. Does that mean that, like, whose mother's birthday is close to your birthday? I think a lot of people.
I've actually met a lot of people in my life that birthdays are close to mine, and like by a day or two. I know somebody who has your birthday.
Well, no, your mother's birthday. Is your mom's close to you?
Not a lot. Nope.
No? I've met a lot of people
not
where...
Not really. Like, we're like 3 months apart, 4 months apart. Yeah. 4 or 5 months apart. No, 4.
My mom's birthday is March 18th, and mine's April 19th. That's crazy. Like, she was almost an Aries too.
Yeah, I have people tell me that, you know, it was a 22 before, you know, but I don't know. I just think, you know, feel like
I'm not an expert, so I'm going to apologize. But I have been able
to. That's what I'm saying, that I'm co-signing that, saying that I have people told me that before. But I more was on the total, on adding everything, you know, together. Yeah. But I don't know. I could be wrong, you know, like I said, because I don't know nothing about these things. So I just add that, you know, I just know numerology. You have to add everything and then come down to a single number. So that's what I did. But can you see the information I put in the back chat?
Yes, and I'm working on that right now.
Yeah.
It was in the dot.
Naga was born in Eastern Australia.
I don't have a problem with that. I feel like, you know, anything can.
What happened?
We lost you a little bit.
Yeah, your voice is gone, Naga.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, can you put in your full name too in the back? That's why I also put in my full name, because I guys want, you know, I'm being transparent.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, sorry, yes.
Yeah, I put it because I felt like, you know, I don't have nothing things can only happen to you if your magnetic field is weak. You know?
Yes, that's what I've always felt. Sorry,
say it again.
I got a little excited. I was like, yes, that's what I've always felt.
Yeah, so I felt like, you know, once you on you, once you understand and realize, you know, your magnetic field, and you work on it, you know, then, you know, can't nothing past it unless you know, you allowed it, you know, things to get through you, because you're in the middle of that. Is that's like your shield, you know. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just me personally. So I wouldn't advise anybody to think the way I do, because I don't think, you know, everybody, you know, went through the same process that I went through.
definitely. K- Oh, thank you. Oh, I love your first name.
Thank you.
All right, I'm pretty sure this is the one I used. No way. We got 33 Anto and Aphrodite. Dude, that's really cool. That's
Say that again
interesting.
one more time.
We
Say that
both
one more
work in
time.
here,
So what's
Aphrodite.
life path 42?
It's not, there is no such thing because it breaks down. That's the whole thing with it. You can't have any, you don't have anything over a 10,
So that would be a
right?
life
Like it
path
only goes
6.
1 to
So
9 and
he would be a
11.
4, right?
That would be a 6, like you.
What are you, a 22? So you'd be a 4.
Yeah, but I heard the master numbers, you know, like the 11, 22, and 33. They, you know, they just master numbers. They don't, you don't have to, you know, break them. I mean, break them down to a single number. That's what I heard. So I don't know.
Yeah, yes, no, it's confusing too because there's two different ways to get it. Like I said, you can get it straight from the birth date or from the total accumulation. So for me, most people think I'm a 6, but if you actually if you calculate the entire thing, I'm a 33. And I was born at 303. And then I'm also, if you guys haven't done your Jovian, which we could also do today, which would kind of be fun, I'm a manifesting generator. Okay, it tried to take me to you being born in St. Clair Shores of Michigan. So let's see if we
Michigan.
can try that again. I don't know why I didn't calculate it. I might have to use a different one. It was kind of weird. I thought it was different, but anyway, don't mind me. I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
You're 33 degrees, but still frozen. 360 degrees. Whatever. So stoned right now. Some good herb.
Yeah, I just knew that. All right, based on my sun sign. They said, you know, I'm a Sagittarius. You know, but I feel
You're
like it's
all
the
of them.
end.
You're
I
fucking
feel,
all 12.
but I feel like it's the end of Scorpio. It's like, you know, so that's why in the chat I was joking and say I'm a Scorpiotarius. You know, so I put both the Scorpio and the Sagittarius together
Well,
because
I look at it like this.
yeah.
Aries might be my stronger time because I was born there, but I'm under all 12 zodiacs, all 7 stars. I mean, all 7 wandering stars and all the stars. So, you know,
Well, I
you gotta
think
master them all.
I look at it that way too, Charles. I look at it that these are your first 3 signs. You get your 3 signs, then you have to rise up to the, you know, to the other one. So you have to master the first 3, so you could be, you know, you could get to the others.
I forgot the 13th sign because the 13th month is Jesus on the Last Supper, or Jesus would be Polaris, and then you got 6 on each side. And then you have the 4 seasons, right? How did that? Yeah, 3 months for each season, right? Yeah.
I never look at it like that. I don't even think there is 12 signs for real. I think that there is only 9. You know, I think it's only 9,
What
which
if
is
we make
10.
our own signs? You know, this is our universe. This is your experience. You are the center of your own universe. So why
For
don't we
real.
create our own fucking stars, our own signs?
That's what it's supposed to be in
Why are we
reality.
giving their symbols? They created energy. Be a real fucking witch and create your own symbols.
Well, I don't look at it that well. I look at it, as me getting information and knowledge in order for me to get my own wisdom. You see, in order to get my own, I have to go through these things in order to become my own. See, it's like being born from your parents in order to you yourself become a parent and have your own family. That's kind of how I look at it.
We're getting
But some
closer,
people,
folks.
It's awesome how people have different perspectives on stuff. It makes life more amazing. Just imagine everything was the same. To me, that would be lame.
I have a new proverbs or a new saying that conception is greater than perception. Yeah.
Do you still live on the Virgin Islands?
Nah, I'm in right now. I'm in the U.S. right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Brooklyn Zoo.
Yes, Lord.
Yep. Da-da-da-da. That's horrible.
I miss
Okay.
ODB.
We
After
got,
that album, Nigga Please,
except for what's the
um,
rising?
his career tumbled.
What you
To
think
be
about that,
honest.
Charles?
What?
Conception is greater than perception.
What's conception? Trying to think.
Where's the
Definition.
Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, you're a double Sagittarius.
Double Sagittarius? I never heard of that.
You don't have Scorpio in any of your main signs.
I don't.
I'm double checking. I have all the right info right now. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Interesting. So, and your moon is in Pisces. So your sun is Sagittarius. You are on the cusp. So do keep that in mind. And then your rising is Sagittarius. And yeah, I already said that, didn't I? Or maybe I didn't, but yeah. Your Mercury is in Scorpio, your Venus is in Scorpio, your Jupiter.
So I do have Scorpio.
This is a good one. I've never seen this detail. Sorry, go ahead.
Now I'm saying, so I do have Scorpio.
Peace,
Yes,
native
but it's
Michigan.
not, is Michiganda here?
Yeah.
What's
What
up?
information you need to do mine? You need where I was born?
I need your full name.
Oh yeah, and what time? That's right.
Your time and where, like the city, state. Let me
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this
I don't
to
feel
you.
like digging that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my email in the back chat so you can send it to me.
And I could just pull up a screenshot without your personal info here. I could take a quick without, so we could just look at the first basics. So what I meant by your Scorpio not being in any of your main signs is it goes sun, moon, rising. And then from there, it's about the planets and the location of the planets. Hold on 1 second. I got to save this. And again, I am not an expert at all in astrology, so I apologize if people are just like, please stop. And if you have more information or experience, please feel free to come on up. I'm sure Charles would not mind that.
I'm sure you will still have some people saying stop, even if you was an expert. I'm still sure. So we're always gonna get that.
I know, right? Good point. Plus,
What do you think of
kind
this
big on
one?
the tech.
Who likes this screensaver?
Of course we
I
do.
like this one. Or this one. It's too short, this one. Hold on, why isn't it playing? Yeah, I like that one.
I never seen that one. That one's hilarious. Okay, where are we?
But I'm still waiting on your answer, Charles. You know, on what you think. You know about my
Oh
name.
yeah. Conception.
Yeah, I think conception is synonymous with conceiving, or with conceive. You know, like you know how a person is being conceived with a child. You know,
Yeah.
conception. Yeah, that I think they both is synonymous.
All right, yo, I'll be back. Whoop,
All right.
whoop.
Alrighty
I
then.
got I got to do something with that.
Wait, can you wait before you go? Can you do one thing? Can you save or can you open up this shit? Sorry, I just created a shortcut I didn't want to create.
I'm not going nowhere.
Oh, I just wanted you to pull up these pictures really quick so I could go over his chart. I'm pulling it up. Sorry, almost there. Here we go.
Oh, what
I
happened?
know. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming. There we go.
Damn, I had a picture, Naga. You know what that looks like? Owl eyes. Your thing. Those look like eyes on the owl.
Yeah,
Oh, totally.
this is why they got OVO out. You know, this is why you got Eve. You know, is all the blueprint of the universe. It's like the scale. It's balance.
It's toroidal.
I don't get none of this stuff, but hey.
I'm still learning so much about just like planetary alignment in general, but I can't like live my life by that right now, you know? The main thing I'm just trying to do is just like learn how to manifest and as much as I can. And really a lot of that is just learning how to change how you talk to yourself and about things, not necessarily to others, because it's not like you talk crappy to others, you know? So yeah.
That's crazy because I thought I had water in one of my signs, and I keep thinking that it was my sun sign, and I keep thinking it was a Scorpio, but
It's the
according to this chart, is I do have a water sign, but it's my moon sign, which is Pisces. That's
and your moon
interesting.
sign is supposed to kind of be like your shadow self,
Yeah, that's
supposedly.
interesting.
Right? And your rising is supposed to be kind of more of your outward personality, right? Where your sun, and this is kind of for everybody else, is supposed to be kind of the core of who you are.
Faceplant is writing a rhyme over here. He said signs everywhere, signs blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind.
Signs everywhere, signs. I used to love that song. My dad played that all the time.
Ah, I knew it was someone else's lyrics. I knew it. Someone told me. Uh-oh, Canada done me shark biting people's lyrics. Oh, what song is that, Faceplant?
Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? I gotta look it up now.
Okay, I see the 22. I see the 22 in my ascendant. That's interesting.
5-man electric band, I think, right? Yes. Sorry. Okay, so sorry, what were you saying? I got distracted.
No,
And I
I'm saying
sent you the link.
earlier we were talking about the 22. Now I'm looking at it in my ascendant.
So I
which is
think
definitely
you might be a 22. I think you actually are 22.
yes, it is because your ascendant is what you're supposed to rise up to, right? Which is your lifetime.
And your time of birth is also kind of verifying that for me. You know? Yeah. That's why I asked. That's why I double checked. I was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, that's something I always remember, because there is a scene or event that happened around that time, that everybody in my family kind of joke around it. You know,
That's
so
funny.
yeah, that's why I always remember the time I was born.
That's cool. And you can imagine why I remember 303. And
Right.
I literally see, like, out of all the numbers, I see 1111 and 333 the most.
When you look your name up in Gematria Naga,
Mm-hmm.
in the reverse ordinal, it's 22. I swear to God. Your name's
Yeah.
22.
For which one? For
Gematria.
my first name or the name
Just for the word Naga.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That means that number been following me. Hmm. Okay.
Here's some more details, by the way. I have a few more screenshots. And I know where, like, the planets align in the houses is important. So I'm pretty sure, like, the fact that the sun is in the 12th house is pretty significant.
What does that mean?
It's in the
Hold on,
12th
let me pull up,
zodiac, the
like,
sun.
I don't want to
This is the
butcher it.
12th house. Each zodiac sign is in the house. The 12 houses. It's a zoo. It's but yeah, there are 12 houses. I've even seen where the stars were like gods. They didn't have the animals.
So what is the significance of the 12th house?
That's
Hold on.
December. The 12th house is December in
Yeah,
the
but there is
Gregorian
more.
calendar.
Yes, that's true. But there's, like, more. Hold on. I'll pull up excuse me, a description of it. And I'm pretty sure off of this website, they'll have that.
It's not even the year 2024 if they added 1,000 years. We're in the year, what, 1024?
I apologize. I did not know I was gonna be a psychic today and do astrology readings. And so I apologize. I was not prepared. But just give us a moment, folks.
Do you mind sending me a screenshot of all of these in my to my email? Please?
No, and when I sent that link, I was hoping it was linked to, like, the actual thing I did. So it's kind of tricky, but I'm going to see if I can, like, download the web page or something so you can pull it up at least that way. So let me figure it out, but just give me a moment. I'm going to pull up the 12th house information, pull that up so you guys can look at that, and then I'll get the other stuff ready.
Appreciate you.
Definitely, no problem. This is fun.
What if I said, I try to bring out love, but people focus on negativity and hatred. I used to hate life. Now I realize it's sacred. How long has the return of Christ been post-dated? I rather face the system than run and try to escape it. I'm a supreme architect. And I stole the master builder part. I'm about to destroy this rhyme.
Yeah, that's dope. But I think that a lot of people waiting for Christ's return, being misled
Because
because
it's a bunch of crap. You're Christ. And
well,
we're about to hold these people accountable.
yeah,
Judge them.
that's the whole point of Christ coming. Christ coming and said that
It's your
when he left, he
consciousness.
said that he was going to be with you guys forever and ever. So that means that if you know Christ, you know that he is with you or within you. So you
That's how I
wouldn't look
feel
for
about the Creator.
so you wouldn't look for the return. But he did said that he's sending somebody. Somebody is coming, and that person, the person that's coming, is kind of the uh what you call it again? What's that word? Is the comforter. You know, is somebody to basically confront the people that's lost, or the people that being that misleading, the rest of the people. So it's to confront them. You know how you being confront, how you can confront somebody about something they say about you, or about certain things they heard, or whatever the case may be. So he did said that he's sending somebody, or somebody else is coming for that, but he didn't say he was coming because he said he was going to be with you forever and ever. So if you know him, you know that he's with you. And I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm talking about Christ, which is this the consciousness, the spirit. Because I think a lot of people confuse with Jesus and Christ. A lot of people get confused. Just my conception.
I never looked at Christ as being like no, I can't say that. In the beginning, I used to like pray and stuff like that, but then as life went on, I realized it's all you. You know, the Creator is within you at all times.
Hey, Josh, since we was talking about conception, look,
Yeah, I'm
right?
about to look that up.
My avatar is like a conception, right? Which is, like nude
An
and gay.
expression?
Conception. Or maybe an expression too. But I'm saying conception, it's like nude and gab. It's like it's like, cosmology, like nude and gab. If you're looking at my avatar, it's like nude is at the top and gab is at the bottom.
It's the
and
action of
is in the middle.
conceiving.
Literally, that's why I was saying I think that they're synonymous.
The action of conceiving a child or a child being conceived. The forming or devising of a plan or idea. Conception.
That's why I say conception is greater than perception.
An act of conceiving a child or of a child being conceived. That's conception? An unfertilized egg before conception.
There's more to it. It gotta take you to the ideas, to the thoughts.
Yeah, the time between a product's conception and its launch. That's the other way you can use it.
It didn't take you to the to thought and ideas and ideology.
I don't know if we want to look at this either because it's not what I thought it was. I think I'll send it to you privately. But it's still interesting. Just a little bit of information on the 12th house, the sun in the 12th house. And I don't know you, but when I read it, I was like, not getting that vibe. So that's sometimes why I don't know if we should take everything. And also, I think I've read certain things about, some have their own skewy of how things are perceived. So it's good to like check multiple sources. Okay. And then the other thing is I'm going to email you the screenshots of your personal one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm going to apologize because I have to feed my dog shortly, so I might have to dip out and do that for a second. And I can pull anything up, too, if you want. You need anything to play. I've always told you, Charles, you're more than welcome to play any of my stuff. Or I even just have, like, hiking videos if you just need something for in-between stuff is why I say that.
I appreciate it.
Of course, and, like, that also goes for, if I haven't said that, like, the use of video of my... No, you're okay. I was gonna say if you want to use any of my footage for like your own stock footage too to make your own videos, that's something else I'm totally cool with. Like I can give you more pure form of it if you need it, kind of thing. That really goes for everybody, to be honest.
And what is the definition of perception, Charles?
What is the what?
Definition of perception. Can you look it up also?
Plato said science is nothing but perception. My thing lately and what I say a lot and kind of when you say that word, for me, it's like, if the observer isn't observing, is there an observation to be observed?
Perception, the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. The state of being or process of becoming aware of something through your senses. Perception. Then it
Kim would
says
like to
too.
remind you guys that conception is the act of creating a baby. So
Yeah, Charles did put it up.
it's just the way it was sounding.
Yeah, Charles did put it up. It do says that is the act of conceiving a baby.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they limit it to a baby, because it's just the act of conceiving in general.
The act of
Oh,
creating
for
life.
sure. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they only, like I said, only generate it. I mean, only narrow it down
So
to
you're
a
saying
baby.
the act of creating life is greater than your perception?
Of life, basically. Because it's like, I'm looking like a perception is like a peak. It's like looking outside through the window of your house. You're not seeing the whole thing of what it is. You're just looking, through a perception. Basically, you look into the perception of the window. You're looking at you're looking at outside through the perception of the window. But
You know how you live forever?
Go ahead.
I was thinking about, since you were talking about creating life, I took it a step further. You could live forever. You just keep having children. And it's like copying yourself. You live through your children over and over and over because they are you.
Or you could just not create children, right? And just live forever to that same body. Because either way, you're going to live forever. This is why people say we don't die. We just,
I should
transform.
have said live forever in the physical. My fault.
Yeah, that's why people say that we don't die. We just transform, because people
Well,
realize
yeah,
that.
but you won't be in the physical when you die. That's why I
But
should have said that.
it's only a transformation or a transportation. You're only being transported to a different body, which is the one that you already created. You see? But if you are, if you not if you, but I think that there is a way, that you don't have to create a different body to transport yourself, so you can just. Thank you. I just received your message, your email. I think that you could just
No
remain in
problem.
that same body. You don't have to be transported. You only get transported, if you have to go somewhere, if you need to travel somewhere, which is travel to a different body, travel to a different part of yourself. But if you realize that you're the whole thing, you're the universe, then you could just travel through yourself internally, and you don't have to travel, physically. I don't know. That's just my own conception. It's like the avatar that I have. You see, the outside and the inside is the same thing, but we can't really see is the same thing. Meaning that the eye inside, right? With the eye inside is like creating an infinite, creating the infinity sign, and but it's the same thing as the shadow. The shadow is also creating the infinity sign.
And you know what they call that now in science, that most people don't even realize that they actually are acknowledging this? is they call it 0 point field, which is directly connected to the biofield, which is also connected to now what they're acknowledging being approximately an 8-foot electromagnetic radius that comes out from the heart, which is why you sense danger from the heart before you actually see it.
For real.
I got a cool little animation that fits what your picture is here real quick.
Dude, your symbol on your the avatar that you have, Naga. They remind me of the characters in the movie 9. When you see this picture, you're gonna say, look at your avatar looks just like one of these freaking guys' faces.
It do. That's crazy.
See?
Yeah.
When I
But this is what
said, yo, that bugged me out, bro.
this is why I feel like, we live in the image of the creator, or we are the image of the creator. We live in the eyes of the creator.
But that's this movie. The guy created these 9 little puppets with his 9 pieces of his soul. 9 of them. 9's the supreme number.
Yeah, that's
But
why when we was talking about the 13th zodiac sign, and I said I don't even believe there even 12. I just think that is only 9, which is 10. So when you count from 0 to 9, you get 10. You get 10 numbers, but it stop at 9, which is the mind, or which is the spiral, you know. And when you put 9 and 6 together, you get the number 8, which is infinity.
the movie 9, Shadow and Light.
I put up a little video
God.
in the back. If you want to pull it up, that's my little animation I made from a 0 point. Well, like actually it's the toroidal thing, but you can see exactly. And I just want to say what's up, Yolanda, my sister.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's like our realm. That's like us. Our realm. Whatever is it. It's the center of the universe, but we're our own center of the universe.
And
I wonder
that's
if
sort of like
trees have them too.
right? Well, and this is like this just they do. I mean, this just totally connects with this resonance frequency.
Yeah, I think that's a 3D version of my avatar. It's like a 3D version of
That's
it.
what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Oh, if you want to use this, I don't know if you ever stream yet, but you can use it for your background if you want.
And Charles,
I like that.
You can also see the Ouroboros around it.
Yeah, you could use that in a demonstration too for flat Earth. Like, I'm using flat Earth for lack of better words, but to show that we're in the cosmic egg.
Yes, for sure.
Here's the egg. Whoop. They took us from inside the egg and put us on the shell. You got people. No matter the facts you bring to the table, they regurgitate theories. It's hilarious sometimes.
It's both, What's going on in the inside? You see, as above, so below is as within, so without. So either way, we're just going through the infinite experience. We just haven't, or the eternal experience. We just haven't realized that. We're just not aware, because by being transported, there is something that's missing. When you're being transported into in enclosed in something that's closed, right? Like an airplane, like a car, like certain things. So there is a lot of things that you don't have no memory of. And it's the same thing when you're being transported, to your other body. So you lose your memory. You know, this is why ancient people had ritual to help you remember your memory. You know, like the Buddhists, I think the Buddhists, they still have some type of system like that, you know, but that's what it is. So we still experience it the whole thing because you can see, you could literally see the inside have the same shape of the outside. It's like micro and micro. So they just have us, you know, focus on one thing in order to create the imbalance. You know, if we see it, if we see the whole picture and understand the whole picture, then we will have balance, you know. But
Nice.
since they want to create imbalance, you know, so they only make us see it one way.
I totally agree. And I feel like there's this weird narrative being played where, like, either way, it's totally disconnecting you from the earth. And I think that we're getting away from the aspect that actually it's so much more regenerative for us to live that in that way, in and out, expand and contract.
Yeah, it's like you breathe it. It's like how you breathe. It's like how the sea, you know, everything, you know, in
Exactly.
nature creating the same pattern, that ripple, you know, that same in and out, you know, is only us that look at it from the outside perspective, because a lot of us for real is terrified to go within because it's just you
That's what
and
this
not only
means.
literally that's what it means. But it's terrified to go inside, to go within, because it's just you that's in control. You know, it's just you, and that's why a lot of people don't like to be alone. A lot of people don't like to be alone because as soon as they by themselves, they started to see, you know, why they started to see who they are for real, and it scares them. So they need other people to take them away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this picture. You know, oh, well, what is it? Oh, I mean that's a video.
Yeah. I made a little animation from more or less it's a
And
picture
and
that I took.
this
And
is
then,
your eyes too. This right here.
yep.
And
Yeah,
that's also this right here, the Ouroboros in the shape of the 8. That's also what she has on the screen too.
Yep.
That's what it's showing.
Exactly.
yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to say, I was going to say, I said that it got that you will see the same shape of the Ouroboros, and you know, with the picture, and then I went on to say it's the same thing. Both the inside is the same thing, as above, so below, as within, so without, as to the left, so
Exactly.
to the right. You know, but they just want us to see it from that one perspective instead of looking at it from a dual perspective. Why they control the other, the other side. You know, this is why we're going through a shift pole. Is always we always shifting from one pole to the other instead of staying in the middle of the pole or both poles. And you know that's how you
Exactly.
create power. I keep saying you can't have no power with just the positive or just the negative. You need both in
Yes.
order to create power, you know? But they are doing it behind closed door, and in the open, they want us to focus on one side because they want us to be imbalanced and powerless and depend on them.
Yep. Exactly. I got another idea here for something we can play in the background that kind of also backs all of this up. Uh, again, going back to the biofield thing, and you guys can play it on mute is kind of what I was thinking, unless you want to take a break. But I got to go feed my dog. Is the only reason I'm going to set this up. And I think I
Yeah, I'm
might have
probably gonna jump off in a few minutes anyway.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you want me to pull this up then or no? Because I don't have to. I'm sorry. I should have asked before just doing it. And I can't remember if have I played my Carillion? And I was just thinking I just put it in the background too. We don't have to play the music. Because it has rolling text.
Yeah.
Okay, because don't feel like I'm sorry. That's why I told you I joked with you when I came on here. I'm like, I'm not, this is your show, bud.
I'm baked. I got the munchies.
I know how that goes.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means it's time to go, to go feed that stomach. Just like you gotta go feed your dog, it's the same thing.
Imagine we were never meant to eat, right? I mean,
I think so. I think that if you
maybe fruits and minerals and stuff, but not. I don't know, dude. It's just there's
working on
points of why we need to eat, like we need minerals and fruits and stuff. And then I hear stuff where we might not need to eat food. That I think eating animals, people. Oh, the Bible said for us to. In the Bible, it tells people to. I forgot the saying. Embrace the earth or whatever. Yeah. And God created the animals for us to eat them. Some religious people think that, and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I have that. I've been thinking on that for a minute. That I don't think we're supposed to eat, at all, but the sunlight. I felt like somewhere somehow we can get we can get the energy that we need from light. You know, from the sunlight. We don't have to eat. I feel like if we get to the point that where we could eat the sunlight, or we can consume the sunlight.
What about the frequency was different too? They had bigger trees. People were living 900 years because trees play a big part too.
Well, that's the thing. All these things that we eat from, right? There is
Frequency.
a saying. There is a saying that you become what you eat, or you are what you eat. So everything that we eat at some point dies. The trees dies. The animals dies. The fruits and plants
Yeah.
that we eat.
Don't
All
eat
these
too
things
much
die.
chicken. We'll have a
So
pea brain.
So I'm saying, what if that's what makes us experience a physical death, because we eat physical things that dies. See, what if we only consume, things that
That's a
doesn't
good
die?
point. Like light. Light dies, but
Well, it don't the light don't die. It just went
I
somewhere
might
else.
fade away. Yeah. Well, the sunlight never turns off. It just goes out of our view.
Right.
But too bad. I played that video earlier about the sun. It's in the live stream before this one, and he was saying about he used his camera and he put sunglasses over the camera uh, lens so you can see the sun was shaped like a lemon or some shit. He said the sun was a hexagon or whatever. And he said the sun is white light, like, and I've been saying this forever, like a LED light bulb. I've been saying this for years, but it's good to hear other people starting to say it now. And the sky reminds me of sometimes the blue reminds me of an LED screen on a computer and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I keep thinking that, like they said, you are what you
What
eat.
have they done?
And if we keep eating things that dies, then eventually we will surely die. I think that's probably the knowledge of good and bad. I don't know. I'm just saying that I just had that thought,
How,
and I've been meditating on it, and I'm thinking like, man, how because everything is like how when she read my life path, but number one is like I'm always have that curiosity and everything that I've been thinking about and meditating about, and I want to get to the nitty gritty. I want to get behind that door, because I look at these things like a door, and I'm trying to open that door and see what's beyond that door, and once I see what's beyond it, then I could say, all right, I need to stay in there or I need to close that door, and that's not somewhere I need to be. But again, that's just my conception. That's how I see things, because it's certain things that do dies, and it's certain things we can't deny that they never die. Unless we're going to say that every time the sun set, it dies, then we know that the sun never die. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're going to look at that as death, then we know for real the sun never died. And it's certain people that will tell you that they have two birthdays, that they follow the sun, from one country to a
what
different country, right?
what if we age because we count time? We put in our minds that we're getting older, and we got that conception of time is killing us. You know what I mean? Because if you had no conception of time and you didn't know what it was, you didn't pay no mind to it. Your mind is a powerful weapon, whatever you want to call it. Your mind is very powerful. So, that's why people say, watch what you say. Don't joke with your body. Your body don't know you're joking.
Exactly. Again, why
So,
saying like I can't do this is a physical block.
like they show Saturn or Kronos eating the baby because when you're born, time starts to kill you. The clock is ticking. But what if we had no conception of time? I mean, not conception, no perception of time. We didn't know what it was. We didn't count every second and every minute. We just lived. Sun up, sun down. That's it.
You ready for it? You ready for the answer? The animals in the plant don't,
Yeah, that's true.
but it still dies.
They live longer.
That's true, but it still dies.
Yeah, that's true. You got me on that one.
So this is
I
where
didn't
I'm
think of
going
that.
with the. This is where I'm going with the light. I'm thinking it's something about that light that you turn it off and on, you know. But the real light, like I said, the sun, it just go because while it's daytime over here, where we are in America, somewhere in the world is nighttime. And when it's nighttime here, in America, somewhere in the world is daytime. you know so it just show that the sun just going in a cycle and sharing its light, to the darkness and in different part of the world. So it don't, in reality, it don't dies. It just going around through, to different, like I said, part of the world, so if we can consume that, if we can rise to that level, to that frequency, to that vibration, then would we, experience death, or would we become a light being?
Hmm. Like this. Oh, I think I took it down, that picture. No.
Right, that's a light being for sure. But I think we would become, when I say light being, I'm talking, it's like the magnetic field we have around us is light. That's why people can't see it. Certain people, can see your aura. They can see your vibration, your frequency. But you yourself, you can't see it. And before the people that can see it, they have to rise to a certain level they ain't just regular, you know. They work, they do certain work, and you know, in order for them to start seeing your aura, you know, what we call your our aura, but to me, that's your magnetic field, you know,
That's
which
a
is
video that I have actually that it's Charles, you still don't have to play it. It is in the background, but that they actually have documented this in science, and they do have aura cameras for color and everything, but this one is really cool because they get into the actual electromagnetic field. You can actually see the spikiness about it instead of like a color aspect. And I think that's very fascinating because it's literally exactly what you're saying. It is actually showing it. And this is the kind of stuff I love to go and find because for me, this is our way of connecting it all together.
I want you to send me that. I like that thing you made earlier that you were playing. That's awesome.
I'll send it. I might have to we'll figure it out.
How did you what did you use to create that?
Actually, I am gonna offer, no joke. I've been an editor actually for a long time. Me and my dad had like a little company back in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was in high school, mind you. But so I've been editing for a long time, but I found this software that I've been talking about a lot. It's called CapCut. I'm very impressed. Like for all my years, I ditched Premiere Pro because my dad had access to it, but I really dislike it compared to this. Like the amount of things I can do and overlay and mess around with is just awesome. So anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm going to offer a free class. It'll probably be private, not live. Well, maybe no, actually I'll take that back. I might do that one live. But yeah, I want to show people how to use it because there's a free version of it. And I think if you download it on your desktop, you don't get a watermark when you use it. And there's still a lot of cool features to use on the free version. So if you want, we can definitely do that.
that would be powerful, especially for on that platform, on Charles' platform. A lot of people would definitely be happy with it.
I want to empower everybody, and a lot of people have really good information to share, and they just haven't had the chance to be shown some of this stuff. And it's a lot less scary than you'd think, too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I want to use it in a presentation I could do in a video about the Ouroboros and then the aura.
I'll figure out how to send it. I might be able to just send that to you through email, and I'll send it to both of you. But I might have to upload it, and then you might have to screenshot it.
This right here, I think, is the sun and moon.
I like that.
And in the center would be the aurora borealis, but it would be green, and that's why it does that, because that's exactly what the sun and moon are. I think these two things.
When I think of solar flares coming off of the sun, that's exactly what it looks like. So now you're making me think, like, what if then what comes off of the moon is like not visible because it's like the dark versus the light? That's a cool thought.
Could be wrong, but
And since we're talking about the Ouroboros again, I just wanted to kind of go back and say now I'm starting to think that the first matrix was actually 9. I'm starting to think that we is 9 digit or 9 numbers, but it stop at 8. Is 1 through 8. I mean, it's 0 through 8, which is 9. And they just created 9 as a reflection of number 6 in order to loop us, in order to gain control, because anything that's not part of the natural state, right? Or that's not that's you can't understand yourself, then you need somebody to to make you understand it, right? But if it's something that's natural, you could just look at it and what it is, you understand it, how it work, then you don't need nobody to tell you. It's like a baby just born don't need the mother to put the titty in in their mouth. As soon as you put the baby right next to the titty, the baby is already, you know, sucking the titty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying I'm starting to think, you know, the number 9 was the first matrix. Then we get to number 10. Then we get to 11. Then we get to 12. You know, and 13.
Who's seen my new upload for my short videos? My little comedy, The Uprising of the Animals.
Sasquatch is going to show himself.
I should put the link in the chat.
And which probably makes sense. Which probably makes sense because after 8, you have 5 numbers, you know, to get to 13. And 5, you know, is the 5 represent life. Is the 5 cycle or the
What's
physical.
4?
4 is like the foundation, basically.
4. What's 5? The phi, right? The phi, the phi.
Right.
Like in Greek.
Yeah, it's like the 5 cycle is how, you know, it keep going back, you know, and 6, 0 and 6, you know, is like the is what is like the egg itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like that what was holding everything, you know. And the in 7 and 8, you know, is what creating it. This is why I think this is why they say 7 is the number of God, or is representing completion. If 7 representing completion, number 8 is repetition.
There you go. I put it in the chat. It's my new comedy. The other one I did with I think it was a raccoon. No, it wasn't a raccoon. It was had rabies, but I tried to make it like it was tripping on acid. I think I'm gonna redo it because when I watch it, I don't like it. I could be more funnier, but I am gonna do it like it's tripping. No, I'm gonna make it more funny because that's what it looks like. It looks like it's on freaking some acid. They always like this realm has a lot of duality, but in reality, it's all one source.
It is one source because uh
And you are
it
that source. You are the source.
but you know, when we're looking at the when you're looking at 1 and 2, you
That's
know,
what Neo realized. He was the source.
when when you're looking at 1 and 2, right? There is a third one. You know, there is a third. You know what I'm saying? There is a third that's connecting them together. That's connecting the 1 and 2 together. You know, and that's what makes it one. That's what make 1 and 2 becoming 1, which is 3. You know, or the 3 is 1. You know, which is that's where people get the number 13 from. That's where they get the number 13 for. That's where they're trying to, I think they're trying to control the matrix or manipulate the matrix. I mean, the reality with the matrix. That's how they create the matrix is through number 1 and 3. And which also, when you put 1 and 3 together, you get the letter B, which in the beginning, God said, let there be light. See, everything God created, He said, let there be this, let there be that, let there be this, let there be that. You know? but it was them, creating the matrix.
Yeah, I'm talking with the mic off and shit. We're like, the stars are like a vinyl record. And when they're spinning, they're singing the song of life. Now I'm playing the vibration from the stars. The ripple effect. That's an interesting topic to get into. She's somewhere in time said like a rippling fingerprints. Like rippling fingerprints.
That's why, that's why I keep thinking, that's what reality is. It's like that's why we have the ecosystem. But since none of us is grounded or in tune with the ecosystem, so we don't we lost. We have no, we lost the sense of duality or reality, because it's not just one ecosystem, it's multiple ecosystem, and they all correlate with each other, into one, what we call Earth or planet. You know what I'm saying? So if we understand the ecosystem, then we will understand our reality. But because we're being taken away from the ecosystem, so we don't have that sense no more. But like I said, I do agree with you. It's just one thing, duality is one word, which is, it's one word. It's dual and actuality. It's two words, but we can clearly see it's just
Duality
one.
reminds me of a dual reality.
But it's dual actuality.
I thought it was a dual reality.
They create that dual reality, which is simulation. Like I said, with the number 1 and 3, which is 13, or the letter B, they create that dual reality. But we already live in a dual actuality, because what's going on inside of
We
you
live in
is
a fucking atrocity.
atrocity.
Yeah. Or a monstrosity. No, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, I'm saying we live in a dual actuality or duality, because what's going on inside of you is going on outside of you. For example, when you're going to eat, it's already going on inside of you. On the inside, you already want to eat, or you already eating. You're already thinking, all right, I'm eating this, I'm eating that. Sometimes you already have the feeling, you know, of what you're going to eat in the physical, but you already have the feeling. You already could taste it. You know what I'm saying? On the inside of you, you're like, that tastes good. I'm about to get me some this. I'm about to get me some that. But that you saying I'm about to get you some this, get you some that is the physical part of you. The spiritual part of you already had that. The spiritual part of you just manifesting it in the physical. So it's a duality or dual neutrality. So both of these things are going on at the same time. Like you go into the bathroom and pee, you go into the store to get some wrap to roll up a blunt. All these things is going on at the same time. Or the best example again, is going back to the word that I use, which is conception. The baby, with the mother, both of them is alive. While the baby is alive inside the mother is alive. Inside the earth, what we call the earth or the universe. See, both of these things is going on at the same time. And that's why there's a dual actuality, or it's a duality. But a lot of time when people look at the word dual, they're looking at it as a battle. Because that letter B, is copying the letter D. Or the 1 and 3, I mean, the number 13 is copying the number 1 and 3. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, or I don't know if people are realizing what I'm saying or understand what I'm saying.
If you put a 1 and a 3 together, you get a B.
Right, and that's the number 13. But the number that and that's why I'm saying the number 13 is copying the number 1 and 3. So that's why I say, when people, a lot of time when people look at the word duality, they're looking at it as a battle, as a duel. When we having like a duel, but that's not what it is. It's just like something is going on. It's like two things is going on at the same time, or they correlate together. Two things is correlate together. Like the yin and the yang is a duality. You know,
It's a
so
balance.
right. But people looking at it from the point of imbalance. You know what I'm saying? Which is the point of which is the number 13 or the letter B. So that's why I said life can be a dance or a battle. Or, it could just be a dance battle. And that's why, either way it's just a battle. If we having a dance battle, it's still a battle. If we're having a rap battle, it's still a battle. If we're having a physical battle, it's still a battle. But if we're just dancing, everybody is just dancing, being happy, doing everything. There is no competition, is no battle. So the D and the B, you know what I'm saying, is the same thing, but one is copying the other. And that's why I'm saying the letter B is copying the letter D. Or the number 13 is copying the number 1 and 3. So I think, some people just need to think about that or try to conceive that. They need to try to conceive that thought, and hopefully they'll give birth to something new that they already knew, but they never thought about it that way. It's like a mother, right? That was pregnant. You know, she became pregnant the minute that she had sex with the man, but she didn't realize that until she started to have certain symptoms. Certain things, she started to feel certain things. Then that's when she started thinking, maybe I'm pregnant. And when she started to see the belly, she's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely pregnant. But you was already pregnant. You knew you was pregnant, or you knew, you could have been pregnant, by having sex. You just didn't look at it from that perspective. That's why I said that some people need to conceive what I just said, and hopefully they'll give birth to something, they already knew, but they never thought about it that way.
Heyo. Sorry. I had nothing good to come back in with that because I was gone, and I apologize because I kind of missed it a little bit, but it sounded good. Naga, I like your
Yeah, I'm
insight.
looking up
You're very
and
articulate.
listening.
Oh, I didn't know if you heard it. If you heard it, because you said you went to feed your dog. I didn't know if you were still listening.
Yeah, I had to take a phone call really quick too, so I apologize. It's just like, I had to feed, take dog out, take a phone call real quick. No big deal. I'm back.
Yeah, I could go back on it again a little bit, for the people, because I know I see the chat.
Yeah.
The chat is having a party, so it's like it's two things. It's like it's the
Right?
same thing. It's the same thing I'm speaking on. It's like two things can be going on at the same time. It's like the chat is having their own conversation while we on the panel having our own conversation. So two things is going on at the same time in one thing. Which is the platform. The chat having their own conversation on the platform in the chat, and we up here having our own conversation on the panel. Which is the same
Yeah.
platform. So this is why I was going back to say that duality, is a dance, or is two things going on at the same time. But a lot of time when people look at the word duality, they think of it as a battle, you know, as two things going on going against each other. They can't correlate with each other, you know. And I'm saying that is only because we're looking at it from the perspective of the number 13, which is the a copy of the number 1 and 3, just like the letter B is just a copy of the letter D. And I went on to say this is why, when the matrix was created, they said that in the beginning, which proved that there was already a beginning. And then they went on to say God said, let there be this, let there be that, let there be this, let
Yeah,
there
the
be
the
that.
Bible's beginnings is wrong though. Like they told on themselves when they told the story of Adam and Eve and then Cain and Abel, and then they went off to other lands to marry women. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So either
Right,
A,
that
what
well,
was that beginning? It wasn't the true beginning. But yeah.
it's the same thing as the number 13. The number 13 tell on itself because it's just a copy of 1 and 3. The number 1 and 3 was already here before you, my guy. I'm talking about the number 13.
Hmm.
You see? So it's telling on itself. And that's why I say a lot of people is looking at it from the perspective of the teller, you know, or from the perspective of the teller, the storyteller, the television, you know, like that. All the tellers, we're looking at reality, from the eye through the eye of the teller, instead of looking at it through our own eye, that we, through our own conception. And that's why I say this is why we think that, duality is a battle, but in reality it's just a dance. So, you know,
Hmm.
but yeah.
Yeah, dance. A vibration, frequency. Look what pictures I found. We're talking about music. I found these old pictures.
I mean to say life and death is just a dance. I mean, not just life and death. But I mean to say duality is just a dance. But go ahead.
I just found that.
Okay, that's making me think of a little bit. It's obviously like organized differently, but it's making me think of I talk about all the time, the Egyptian sky nut goddess, and the idea of like these different levels. This is more in symbiosis with like different working parts, and even that flying rainbow lasagna diagram that I was showing earlier, where you kind of have different areas and not just like general layers. So this is where you could get like alternate time areas too. Like, think of that. That's fascinating.
People should check out Daniel Martin Diaz. Daniel Martin Diaz. His artwork is off the freaking hook. And then I found this one right after it of music. And look at the little guy up at the top. Who that is. Playing his little fluter.
That's pain.
Yep.
And you could see but also, this is looking at it from the perspective of the D, but not the B or the wannabe. It's just life. That's what life is. Life is a song, you know,
Right.
that's being recorded, you know, and we just dancing to it, you know, with everybody just dancing, you know, to the song that life is, you know, playing or being recorded to.
There's this guy named Robert Floods, and he's got something called Temples of Music.
I'll see if I can find a link for you for that.
Robert Flood. 1617 to 1626. Now we're talking. And that's even if any of that so-called history is true. You start breaking down the textbook lies we learned in school.
I mean, it's true. If it's his, if he's saying that he's his, you know, unless we can prove it's not his, you know, who am I to say it is not true? You know, so that's why I started to look at his story, because that's what I said. All the information that we get from history and knowledge, you know, is just, I mean, all the information we know about this reality and knowledge we know about this reality is just history or his story. But the wisdom we get from it, you know, is ours, and we're free to tell it. You know, we're free to tell our story, or to just keep on living it peacefully. But know that when you tell your story, you will be challenged. You know, you will be challenged. You know, to prove that whether it's your story or not. You know, and that's why a lot of people are having a hard time, you know, telling what they need to tell, because they is not there. They just copy it and pay, you know, from somewhere, and they're trying to paste it where they at. And that's, unfortunately, that's not how things work. You know, people are going to pull, you know, your card, because if it's your experience, not only you're going to stand on it, but you will have infinite ways on how to tell it. You see, you have infinite ways on how to tell it, and you will stand on it, whether people like it or not. You know, but if it's not your story, not only you won't stand on it, but you will only have one way to tell it. You see, because you're not really telling it, you just pasting it. You know, you copied it from somewhere and you're trying to paste it somewhere else. No, but like I said, all the knowledge that we get from this reality and information we get is just his story, you know, or history. But the wisdom we get from it is ours, and we're free to tell it. With all the challenges that come with it, you're still free to tell it. Or you could just choose to live with your experience or your wisdom peacefully.
Hell.
Here go that number 22 again.
Crickets. Crickets. I'm just kidding.
I must have did 8 hours today. That ain't that much. I've done, I think the most I went straight was probably 17 hours. Would I do it again? Maybe.
Are you saying because you're physically working right now, like at your job, is what you mean by that? Or you mean by how many hours you've been streaming?
Yeah. Just streaming. Trying
It's amazing
to.
how much it takes out of you, even if like you're just playing stuff for a while, right?
It does. But I just hopefully can, newer people will see the stuff and get interested and start looking into stuff. So I tell people, don't listen to me. Look up for yourself. People don't believe the stuff I say about the weather modifications. I tell them, go look at the Weather Modification Act of 1976, I think it is. There was another act in 1976. That was a busy year for acts. I know I had the weather modification, and I believe there was something else.
Yeah, I just think people are scared to come up to experience things in general. For example, you never tell somebody something and they're like, wow, I know that, or I heard of that, but I never look at it that way. You know? And I think it's because they never really get any wisdom from what they heard before. It's like the whole time they've been hearing it, but they never get no wisdom from it. You see? And as soon as they get the wisdom from it, and they're like, oh, wow, I never thought about it that way. And they start telling you, the wisdom they got from it. You see? And at that point, you already know the story or know what you tell them. So you left with no choice but to hear the wisdom they got from what you just told them. Y'all never had that happen to you before?
Yeah,
Right. I think that's what
I get
people.
more rejection though. Um,
Yeah,
I get
because
a lot of
people.
rejection and smart asses.
Right,
What does it
because.
matter? We still gotta work tomorrow. Like, no, for the most part, when it comes to change, it's just people don't give a fuck. Most people.
Right, because people love to copy and paste. They don't like authenticity. You see? They like something
I
that's so.
like that, man. That's
Right.
awesome. I never
Right.
heard it
That's
like
what
that.
people
People
like.
like to copy and paste. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't have no originality. Yeah, you're right.
And
Right.
it's
They don't
So
so
if you
wanna they
give
don't
them.
wanna master a craft. They wanna fucking
I feel like, yeah, I'm sorry, and I feel like this whole freaking video epidemic where everybody's just like using the same audio but doing just like reactions of each other's shit, and it's just like, and it's not like all of it's bad, but just some of this like it's so repetitive. It's everybody's just copying each other, the same dances, like
same.
it's
Yeah, I've seen
it's
that. You
kind of
ever watch the
uneven,
short
right?
videos? It's annoying when they do that, right?
Ugh, it makes me want to throw up.
It's like they email everyone that has like a monetized channel. They'll email all these people and tell them, do a video dancing with this song. And that's how,
Right.
then
Yeah,
everyone's
fuck
playing
that.
that song and shit. It's like,
I had
damn.
I had Temu, that company that's supposed to be like the new Amazon. They
Yeah.
were hounding me. I was getting like sometimes 2 to 3 emails a day from them. Please work with us. Please work with us. Yeah, no, cheap China parts. Thanks. Goodbye.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if you're giving them something that's new, they never heard before or seen before, they want you to put it so simple that they could just copy it and paste it to their audience. or to their surrounding. You know, they don't want to do the actual work. You know, and come and give them and present the wisdom they got from what you presented to them. They just want to take your shit, your whole thing, and just copy it to
I've seen
somebody,
that
to an audience,
already.
to their surrounding, and just act like they come up
Everyone's
with it the
doing
whole time.
that. Yeah, they're doing it to like even all these back groups that a lot of us know, they're all doing it to each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just
Hey,
regurgitating the same thing. Yeah.
this is the number 13, copying the number 1 and 3. You know, this is exactly what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Charles, I'm sorry because I popped myself out. I pulled up my hiking stuff, so just for like calm videos in the background, if you want to play that.
I'll be right back, but I'm gonna still be listening in chat.
Okay, cool. It's a very casual conversation. Turn down the volume too. Welcome to Oregon. I think Charles needs to come on an expedition out west this summer.
I'm gonna jump off at 3 hours on the dot.
Sounds good. Do you want me to keep playing?
Yeah. You make these? Or this is from the internet?
This is all my own footage. This is me out hiking. This is all mine, baby. And then the music I got, most of this music is free. I think some I end up using a little bit of copyrighted stuff, but yeah. Yeah, I'm a big outdoors person, so generally I'm hiking and not as much sometimes in this, in the winter, but this summer is going to be lots of stuff. I've got stuff from Utah footage too. I still have to put out from all the hiking I did out there. So yeah, that's why I said,
this is
Charles,
awesome.
come out west, man. If it works out this summer, and I'll get you a job in my production company when we're making this happen. And then you can come for, you don't have to come live out here, but just for a couple expeditions, okay?
Where's this? What state?
We out. I mean, I'd like to do Oregon and Utah, but it could extend a little further.
I was just thinking Utah.
Yeah, man.
In my mind, Utah's, I heard, beautiful.
And this is what I'm talking about, though. I do some expeditions for some old world, like this. I've showed you that. Remember that statue I showed you that looked like the elongated skull? And I think I also have footage of a turtle's rock, it's called, but it looks just like an old turtle statue. So I'll show you that stuff later, but regardless, come out and we're gonna go on some fun trips in the middle of nowhere, even into mountains. All right, I'll play this. I hope you're enjoying the groovy music.
Wow, that's awesome, those trails.
So beautiful. Stay tuned. This was all shot with my Samsung S23 that I got for $1,000. One of the best purchases I've made for modern technology camera. Future medicine will be medicine of frequencies. Albert Einstein. This footage right here is the redwoods. Most of this is Oregon, though. Eventually we do get to a waterfall. I'm trying to time it just right.
Man, that's real beautiful right there.
And there's so much of this. Where I live, Charles, you can walk behind several waterfalls that are like 300 feet tall.
I'd be looking for caves.
Everywhere. And
Crystals.
this is actually
Oh, man.
this is they just actually renamed the state again, the oldest known settlement. For that, obviously this is like modern science, so that's to be debated, but they just came back and said they found another settlement in Oregon, and they're dating that as the oldest known human settlement in the U.S. or in this Americas. So there's something about this. And well, we're gonna run out of time, but I have aerial circles. I think I've talked about that. I should show you that I found in Oregon, and it's in a well-known Native American site. So it's undocumented. Somebody else found them, but I actually found more of them. So it's sort of like, not the Inca lines, right? It's not the Inca lines, but it's pretty significant. It's huge spirals in an area where there was major lakes. So anyway, just throwing that out there. I'll come back on, Charles, and opportunity-wise, I'll just mention that I wanted to show you that, okay?
Yeah, I love this footage.
I'm so glad you do. It really is this beautiful, by the way. I mean, that footage actually does do a decent job.
This is in the U.S.? Look at
Yeah, man.
look
This is in my state, and oh my god, if I could show you guys, should look up
look at the
pictures.
tree. That was a large tree where the water's coming down. Look at the hexagonal shapes behind the waterfall.
Oh, yeah, it's possible. I have some questioning on that. I'd like to get into that more, but I'm not denying it that it's not possible. And I have a lot of curiousness about the structures that basalt column structure. It's all over Oregon. So anyway, I'll show you more footage. I got lots more footage of waterfalls and that and all that good stuff. Oh, and rocks off the coast of Oregon. These actually one's called Face Rock. So I'd like to show you as well. So actually let's plan to do an episode on that.
Anto mentioned the Patagonian. Now I was talking about the Patagonian tribes, the giant tribes in South America. But yeah, I'm about to jump off. I gotta do a few things, and I appreciate you coming up, Mindful Exposures. This was a very good stream.
Definitely, man. I really appreciate the opportunity. The fact that you let me just play that stuff in the background. I just wanted to offer that, for whatever. But I'm definitely going to send you the 0 point. I have other stuff too. Like I did like an EEG looping thing. So I'm going to put that up I got an idea. I'm going to put it all up on one of my YouTubes because I have a second account. I was going to start that up anyway. And I'll send you that, and then you can kind of look at it and let me know which ones you want me to try to send you, or see if you can just take it from there too. I'm going to see if I can't leave it to you to download. I don't know if they allow that anymore. So, but definitely want to hook you up, Charles. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
You too. I appreciate that footage. I'm really, not a lot of people do their own footage. I like that. And it's beautiful too.
Really appreciate that.
I want to see some more. I'm going to have to go to your channel and check it out.
I appreciate that. And like I said, I want to, I have some other presentations and stuff I'd like to do with you. So we're going to hook it up.
Yeah.
And I have your email, Charles. So I'll make sure I actually just send you, I don't think I've done that yet. I've sent you some invites that I don't know if you've received. But that's been a while ago now. So I'll send you just like a general email, maybe even with like a couple pictures or something of what I was just talking about. Does that sound, that way we can get that going?
All right.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you. Have a good night and peace, everybody. Thank you so much in the chat. Really, really, really appreciate you all. Bye.
Peace to everyone in the chat. This is a really dope 3 hours, man. And thanks again to Mindful Exposures and Naga. This is a fire build. And I'll check you out next time. Peace.